I am Iron Man.
Hello there.
Avengers!
All right. Episode 28, Stars in Marvel. And we are at 47 subscribers.
Let's go.
There we go. We don't need sound for that. Boom. 47.
Hey.
So yeah, we need 3 more, and then once we hit 50, we'll be doing a raffle for an Amazon gift card.
And I'm gonna say, get this video to 5 likes. Get this video to 5 likes. We'll get 50 subscribers.
Boom.
Amazon gift card.
And 5 likes, 50 subscribers, Amazon gift card.
And Amazon.
And Batman sign.
And no help there. Yeah. Dude, I'm pumped.
Yeah.
And
we got a decent amount of views on the past couple of videos, and yeah, I mean, thanks to everybody who's been listening. I mean, I know we have some regular listeners. I would shout out Alex, my friend Alex. I believe my cousin Brad still listens. So Brad, if you're listening, thanks for tuning in. He might only listen to the Marvel ones, because I think he's more of a Marvel head than a Star Wars guy. But hey, if you like Star Wars too, Brad, that's cool with us.
I'm gonna give. Oh, do you have any more?
I think that's it.
I'm gonna give a quick shout out.
And my future mother-in-law and her friend, they listen to it as well. So thank you.
Not them. Not them.
No,
just
no
kidding.
family. That doesn't count.
No family. Well, actually, that just takes away the only one I was gonna say. I was gonna say a quick shout out to Steve, my brother-in-law, who finally caught up on I mean, there's a lot of them. No hard foul, but finally caught up on the Marvel movies. So I think he'll be listening soon. He's been pretty excited to get into our podcast once he caught up with the movies, and I know they're Mandalorian fans. So the time is now.
The time is now. Buy the dip, as the millennials say.
What?
Something about crypto. I don't know. I heard it today on a podcast, and I wanted to use it.
There's a reason we don't do TikTok.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I'm pumped. So first of all, again, thank you everyone. But to get into it, Mandalorian's back.
Yeah,
Mandalorian is back.
We're back. We're back in action. We got these two. These two back in action.
I have a Mandalorian pop somewhere. He's not up here. He's flying away with a jetpack somewhere.
There we go.
Mandalorian shirt. You can't really see. They got the I forget what they're called, but the rhino thing. I'm a fake fan. I wanted to start off, by the way. So we're gonna have an episode for every Mandalorian episode, which is 8 episodes. So we'll have 8 weeks of Mandalorian recaps. I wanted to start this off with a quick thing, kind of a memo. And Brendan, you snuck right into this. For Mandalorian fans, if you're just your casual Mandalorian fan, dude, you could just enjoy our recaps, enjoy the show. That's fine. If you're a Star Wars fan, I want to sit you down. Papa Zach's gonna sit you down. We're gonna have a talk real quick. Look, I know cartoons seem childish. However, if you're a Star Wars fan and you haven't watched Rebels, I'm telling you right now, and we'll get into spoilers for Rebels at the end of this.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you right now, just off of this episode alone, you want to go watch Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah.
Like
like you said, cartoons can seem they are childish,
and it totally is. It's totally a family show.
Rebels. I mean, it is a family show, but there are some points where I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I'd show Ollie this. I'm like, there's some serious stuff in this thing.
I've said it once. I'll say it again. Top 5 lightsaber battle Star Wars Rebels has.
Yeah.
Not even a question.
Yeah,
not even a question.
I mean, I know we're planning on doing an episode down the road, on the Star Wars animated shows, but I know I've said this before in an episode, but Rebels probably my all-time favorite Star Wars animated series. I mean, I know there's only 2 or 3, but
It's awesome.
It's amazing. I mean, it's what I've always wanted in a Star Wars thing, a new not generation, but a new storyline other than the Skywalkers, which I thought
it's really great. And look, I'm sure everyone, thanks to Favreau and Filoni, I'm sure everyone will understand what's happening in Mandalorian. I'm just saying, if you love Star Wars enough, consider watching Rebels, because this will be that much better.
If you want to like geek out during the show and be like, oh, they're talking about that, like I know what they're leading into. Watch Rebels.
Yes. All right, let's dive into it, because I'm just gonna get right into these things. So the show starts off, and I thought this was a flashback.
That's what I thought. I literally
thought like for sure it's a flashback sequence.
I have 3 notes that are like, oh, it's cool we see his backstory. Oh, it's this, that, and that, and then I'm like, oh wait, no.
Right, totally sets up that's little Mando, right?
Yeah.
That's little Din Djarin, right? Nope, absolutely not. This is a live baptism of Mandalorian, and I gotta say, horrible Mando. You're choosing a baptism, and you're like, wait a minute, something's coming, and then a 60-foot alligator,
giant crocodile or what, alligator,
but no, and then it's a sweet action sequence, by the way, really cool. I noticed. I mean, I think visually it seemed this way. The only thing CGI'd was the monster. And then the Mandalorians all fighting were actually like
practical effects.
Practical effects. Yeah. Very cool action sequence. And then, Din Djarin, Mando himself,
good old Naboo fighter,
swoops in, saves the day with that Naboo starfighter. Now, I will say this: if you didn't watch Boba Fett, stop this video. Stop watching this.
Stop watching. Yeah.
Go watch Boba. Like, you can't
go watch the last 3 episodes.
3 or 4.
3 or 4 episodes.
At 3 or 4, I think there was. Yeah, I think it was 4.
Like the actual episodes of about Boba Fett, you don't even need to watch.
No, just watch the Mando Boba episode.
Book of Boba Fett turned into Mandalorian season 2.5, basically.
If the Naboo starfighter lands and you see Grogu's head pop up, and then you get the scene where Din Djarin's talking to the what is she called? The welder? No,
the armorer.
The armorer. Yeah. And she's like, you took your head off. If you don't understand what's happening, that's because it happened in Boba Fett.
Yeah.
And look, you don't have to watch Rebels. I think you should. You don't have to watch Rebels. You have to watch Boba Fett.
You got to watch Boba Fett. Yeah. Which I kind of feel like they screwed people over for that. Because, I mean, I know most people that would watch The Mandalorian would watch Boba Fett as well. But there are some, like kids and, just casual viewers that aren't into all things Star Wars. They're just kind of into like Baby Yoda and stuff, which is perfectly fine. But like, why include such important backstory in a sideshow rather than the main show?
And I think that's why it took so much of Boba Fett. Was my guess is they wanted to show you Mandalorian in that one episode. They wanted people to be like, did you see the Mando episode? And people would be like, oh, I didn't watch Boba Fett. Let me go watch Boba Fett.
That's true. A way to draw people in. Yeah.
Right. It draws you in. And that's why he's in the rest of the season of Boba Fett. But apparently, shout out Sean, my friend Sean texts me saying that on Reddit, people were just like losing their minds. Like, why is Grogu back?
Oh, really?
How does the armor know this about? Like, I don't know how you didn't watch Boba Fett, but you got to go watch Boba Fett.
I guess I just kind of thought, it's been a while since Book of Boba Fett came out. So like, I kind of just molded season 2 of Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett kind of as one. So like, but
because,
I guess, if you didn't watch it, you wouldn't understand what's going on right now.
They even advertised at the end of season 2 of Mando that Book of Boba Fett was next. Like, they basically said, this is the next season, even though it's a different show.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I gotta say, we gotta go right into this. I think the Naboo the redone Naboo starfighter for Mandalorian is maybe my favorite like starship in Star Wars.
So sleek. That's
cool.
One of my notes I have here. It was where was it? I just said the cruiser is just so smooth, and like I love the controls, like the joysticks almost. They're pretty cool.
It's the perfect amount of nostalgia for prequel fans.
Yeah.
And then it actually just looks sick. Like, as far as the Star Wars ship goes, it's
sleek.
Silver.
It matches his armor too.
Yep.
So it's like, it's aesthetically pleasing.
It's a little beat up looking. It looks a little like, a little grungy. Better days. I like it. Yeah, no, I really like it. It's just a sweet design. I'm so sold on it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's really it's one of those things where I'm like, can I get a model of this?
Can we
or
get a
something?
pop of that or something?
Just a pop of it. I mean, just saying. It was
Just
pop of it.
saying.
But no, it's very cool. He saves the day in it. Armor is like, yo, you're not a Mandalorian. You showed your helmet to a little kid. Gotta get out of here. You're done, so.
One thing I wanted to say real quick before we jump deep further in the episode, I thought in the beginning of the episode when she was like pulling the helmet out and stuff, I was like, are they giving Grogu Are they giving Grogu armor? Because like it was a tiny helmet, so I was like,
a tiny helmet.
I mean,
that was a child.
It was a I was like, are they giving Grogu Mandalorian armor? I was like, I thought they weren't on good terms. Like I thought, Jin wasn't on good terms, but it was for the kid.
It was for some other kid.
It was for some other child.
Not you.
And then when he put the helmet on, did you notice the Darth Vader sound of not the Darth Vader sound
Yes,
effect, but like that,
it's
like
the...
yeah, I was like, ooh, that's a nice little touch. I never noticed that the Mando helmet does that.
It's that Filoni sprinkle right there.
Yeah,
that's Filoni is in full action in this, and I love it. You love to see it, and I think is the hyperspace when he's on his way to the next place, or is it after he leaves the next place?
When he's on his way to I forget the name of the planet.
The place where IG is and his friend.
Yeah, where Apollo Creed is.
Yeah. Yeah. So they go in hyperspace and you see a whale in hyperspace. And Grogu's watching this whale, and this is a Rebels reference.
Isn't that okay? So, I was gonna say, isn't that a reference from Rebels? Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say. We'll say at the end, Rebels spoilers, but it is in Rebels. It's introduced in Rebels, very much a Filoni project, and they're called Purrgil. And that's what I looked up before the show to make sure I said it.
Oh, okay,
the Purrgil. And
I completely forgot about them because I saw it. And I was like, pretty sure that was either in Rebels or Clone Wars because I remember there being like space whales. So
very much a Rebels reference, and I'm very curious if they have any impact on the show, because it could have just been a great reference we never see again.
But I feel like it had more to, because Grogu like looked at them and then kind of looked at Jin like, hey, you seeing this? Like, what are we doing?
This shit over here?
This shit.
Yeah. And I mean, they're very much a force sensitive creature. So Grogu seeing and connecting with them totally works, totally makes sense. I'm just curious. Are they gonna come in this?
Quick spoiler for Rebels. I'm pretty sure it's been over a year since I watched the show. We can cut this out.
All right, let's get into it. If you haven't seen Rebels, you gotta go watch Rebels.
I kind of forget what happens, but like, doesn't he use the whales in like battle or something? Right? Doesn't what's his name? Ezra.
All right,
right.
All right. Again, this is your last warning. The finale of Rebels, Ezra uses the Purrgil, and the Purrgil, Ezra, and Thrawn hyperspace into obliteration.
Because the Purrgil can are like hyperspace drives.
Right, that's what we saw it in hyperspace.
Yeah, I remember that now. Okay.
So I'm not sure if this plays into Mandalorian. It could have just been a reference, and I could very much see, because Ahsoka, which is later this year, I think this summer, is supposed to be her hunting Thrawn, which again, the Purrgil is the last time we saw him in Rebels. So it's all connected, man. It's all connected.
Is Ezra Bridger confirmed for the Ahsoka series?
I don't think so, only because I assume that would be a huge spoiler. If he is, I haven't seen it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's like a main character.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope so, but I mean, at least like 1 or 2 episodes he's in, I would hope,
Yeah, and that's I don't think Ezra will get his own show because Rebels is his show.
Yeah,
but I could totally see him being a established side character for Ahsoka. Like, that makes total sense.
I'd love to see like a more of a backstory on the blind dude. I forget his name.
Oh, his teacher.
His teacher, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I told Nick, we're so off. I want Star Killer from Force Unleashed to be in Ahsoka so
That would
badly
be
because
awesome.
I want nothing more than Anakin's apprentice versus Vader's apprentice.
Oh, hell yeah. That would be
my
awesome.
God, how sick would that be?
That would be awesome. That's
Uh, but yeah, so that's Ahsoka. That's Ahsoka and
Ahsoka,
Ezra.
yeah. We'll get
but-
into that when that show
But yeah, so and the Purgle, I mean, I was blown away. I'm like, Filoni, you dog. Like, I can't
You
believe that. Like, out of
sly son
all
of
the
a bitch.
absurd things, we have space whales in live action Star Wars. Like,
Yeah.
it was so well. I mean, such a cute scene. Grogu hides and goes and cuddles up with Mandalorian in the cockpit. Like,
for people who don't know, didn't get that reference, they're probably like, "What the space whales?"
I know. I'm waiting for my dad hasn't watched yet. I'm waiting for him to text me and be like, was that a
whale?
goddamn whale?
What bullshit am I watching?
We're in space, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is speaking of we're in space. Don't worry, we're gonna get to space pirates in a minute.
Oh yeah. Also sort of a Rebels reference, sort of.
We'll get yeah. So he gets the Mandalorian season 1 planet, and he meets up with his best friend Apollo Creed, who really wants him to settle down.
Yeah, he's
like,
he's a little thirsty for that.
He is a little like, sorry, dude, you gotta wipe the desperation off your face.
It's like, what? Hey, you're kicked out of your religion. Why don't you just hightail it over to this field and live there?
Got a point.
Got a point. I mean, he does got a point.
But I then the pirates, he doesn't convince him. Robot interrupts. Pirates are trying to get into a bar that's actually a school. Not a good look. By the way, who turns a school into a bar or a bar into a school?
Yeah, like who thought
Vice
that was
versa, actually, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Find out pies got turned into a bar? I'd go.
Hell yeah.
It was kind of cool because I'm gonna keep calling him Apollo Creed. It was cool seeing Apollo Creed. Like, it was cool seeing him like hold his own. He still got his blaster. Didn't hesitate. Mandalorian backs him up. The thing is, I have 2 cons from this episode, actually. And like, this is a 9 out of 10 episode. Great, like, start of the season. But
good introduction,
the pirates are good for this episode, but I worry that they're going to lean in on them as like an unnecessary antagonist in the season.
Yeah, they're gonna be that like thing that keeps distracting Mando from his main goal of going to the mines or whatever.
I actually have a very Marvel equivalent for our Stars and Marvel fans. It's gonna be the gold people from Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah, that's a good.
It's the exact same thing, and
it's that annoying like character that follows them everywhere, and
and sometimes that works. Like in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, that works because they don't actually interfere until that final scene, and it's just a nuisance, which is the point, right? Like, but I feel like they're gonna be in like the background of every episode and kind of like.
Always sort of hunting them. Yeah.
Now I say this, but the pirates also gave us a space battle, which was a super cool space battle.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Again, very cool Naboo starfighter.
Straight, staying classic to the Star Wars fights through a asteroid field. That was pretty cool. I thought it was awesome. They led him right to their command ship.
Yep.
Like they're like, oh, he's getting away. Nope.
And then we see vegetarian, vegan, Davy Jones.
Yeah, I know. That was I was like, what is a swamp thing? What are we doing here? I thought this was Star Wars.
It was like swamp thing. But like, seriously, it was literally Davy Jones, but made of grass. Like, I was like, okay. I mean, he didn't look bad.
Was he that character? Like, do you recognize that name for any? Okay, yeah, I didn't.
I also, like, again, I didn't look into it. I haven't been spoiled about this season at all, and I kind of want to keep it that way because like, I feel like we could predict a lot of things, and if it's a prediction, that's fine. But I don't want to straight up spoil things. And that's what I don't recognize this guy at all. I was surprised. I thought the captain was going to be Hondo. That's a Clone Wars and Rebels character that has not come into live action yet, but has been in, again, a lot of things.
Yeah.
And
he was a cool, like, kind of. He's a dickhead character. Like,
he's like an anti-hero type of pirate. Like, he's very Johnny Depp. Like, he's selfish, but like
he's Star Wars Captain Jack Sparrow.
Exactly. And actually, something else about that that was funny is I'm sitting here thinking like, oh, I thought it was gonna be Hondo, and I'm like, man, Filoni uses this one thing to his advantage, and I love it. And it's like you see it with Ahsoka too. Like aliens, no one knows how old they are. Like 200 years old.
Oh yeah,
fine. There's aliens. Like, like they
Yoda,
lived through 3 generations
years
of Star
old.
Wars. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It's fine.
But like I said, totally excited for Ahsoka. Totally love if Hondo shows up. Like I'm not against it. I just love the gimmick of aliens just live longer.
He's like 1,000 years old. You know, Baby Yoda is 50 years old.
Oh, that's we eat that up, right? So, but no, yeah, the Pirates. I mean, like I said, they were funny. We'll see where that goes. But one other thing from the planet is Mandalorian wants IG-11 fixed.
Yeah.
That's my other con. Look, I love IG-11 and like Taika Waititi, like give me all like more all time. It's great. But I just don't love and this is a very Disney thing, so I don't know who's obviously I don't know anything, but I don't know whose idea it was to bring IG-11 back. They're unsuccessful at bringing him back in this episode. I'm sure it's gonna happen though.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just think Disney needs to let a sleeping dog lie.
Why? I was confused about that. Why does he want to bring him back? Does he have some sort of information in his database or something?
All he said was he needed a droid he could trust, and like at the end of the episode, he's recruiting people. So I assumed it was just kind of like his first stop. But I just kind of like you said, like why? Like we have so many other people you could go to. Like I don't like he had a very cool sacrifice at the end of season 1, and I just feel like you should let that
leave it that
go.
way. Yeah.
I mean, they straight up like destroy the statue. Like
like I feel like people would have been rioting, like yo, whoa, like that'd be like if some rich billionaire was like, I want the Rocky statue, and like just took it, like it'd be like, what? No, like you can't do that.
And that's I don't know. That's my other like again. I'm gonna love when IG-11's back, but I don't like the idea of bringing him back.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. No, but to jump back on just real quick about the pirates. I do like that they're bringing in space pirates because we haven't seen that. I mean, that I know fully in live action. I mean, I know we get like the scoundrels and stuff in the bar, but like they're not. They're more like smugglers. They're not really pirate. Like
that's what I was gonna say. The only time we've seen something similar, I would say, was Force Awakens when Han is kind of like he's flanked by those 2 different organizations. But I don't think either of them were pirates.
I think they were. Yeah, they were. I guess I don't know if pirate's more of like a general term for like all those like scoundrel type.
I mean, these guys were pirates.
These guys were straight up, but they had the hats and everything. Like,
they were swashbuckling. Like the coat. Like these guys were pirates.
Yeah. I was waiting for them to pull out like a space musket or something, like or like one like big barreled guns.
I mean, I'm surprised they didn't pull out swords, to be honest. And then man, not that again. And then Mando pulls out like the Darksaber or something. Like,
does he still have the Darksaber?
Yes, he did not use the Darksaber once in this episode. Very odd.
Okay,
very odd.
It's been a while since the end of Boba Fett, so I forgot where because I remember in Boba Fett he was struggling with like holding it and swinging it and stuff like that.
He very much didn't know how to use it in Boba Fett.
I thought was cool in Boba Fett that like the almost like the wands in Harry Potter, like the or almost like the Elder Wand, like the was it the Darksaber, like you have to become one with it to be able to use it. Like you can't just, it's not like a lightsaber you can just pick it up and like you kind of have to you have to bond with it almost.
That's what I wasn't sure if it was more that or just his, I don't want to say ignorance, but like lack of ability to use it. But
could
like
be it too, yeah.
Either way, I really appreciated he couldn't just pick it up and
just maul people down. Yeah.
Right. Like, hey, using a lightsaber might actually be difficult.
Yeah. Might take a little practice. Like when Luke almost cut Obi-Wan in half in the episode in A New Hope. Oh,
and he cuts his leg or arm or whatever in Boba Fett. He cuts himself. Like it's funny. It's crazy. So before we get into the last scene, unless you had anything else from
okay, from the planet,
right? So again, the goal of this season is Din Djarin and Mando. I go back and forth on what I want to say. Like, as the nerd in me wants to call him his name, but
Yeah.
it's Mando. Like,
He's
it's
Mando.
Mando.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mando's goal is to bathe in the minds of Mandalorian, which
Yeah.
not the best place you want to bathe, but
Yeah.
he wants to bathe in the minds of Mandalorian for redemption.
Which is like for the people who don't understand, it's like their way of being
it's
unexcommunicated, basically.
What's the forgiveness sacrament in
reconciliation. Yeah,
it's totally
it's basically
a good Catholic.
It's basically the Mandalorian reconciliation.
But for real, like that's his reconciliation is to go bathe in the minds of Mandalore, which if you say that in a sentence, it's like, oh, sure,
gibberish, yeah,
whatever. But
cool.
what they don't, but Mandalore is glassed, is what they keep saying. They keep saying it's glassed or crystallized, and then they throw in poisonous. It's poisonous, like, I don't know. All I want to say though is, Mando shows the armorer a crystal with a piece of Mandalore, I don't know, relic in it or something.
Yeah.
So like, it's proof that you can go to Mandalore is the whole thing. I want to say we have not had a planet glassed in Star Wars before, as far as I know of.
Yeah, not that
And I to me, it really feels like it's kind of a momentum to, or like a reference, or whatever you want to call it, to Halo, the video game series. When the Covenant, the aliens, would destroy a planet, they would glass it, and they would shoot it with a laser that was so hot it would turn the surface into glass. Like, I mean, that's really, it's literally the same thing.
Sounds, yeah. I mean, I could totally see Filoni or Favreau being like, hey, look what these guys did. Like,
yeah, I definitely think that was hey, that Halo series over on Paramount Plus sucks, and it does, by the way. Halo fan who watched it, sucks. But like, they definitely, like, I'm curious what the planet's gonna look like. I want to see it. I want to get a flashback and show me the planet get glassed. Show me that sucker die.
We're getting at least one episode of like full episode flashback, like of the glory days of Mandalore.
I want to see Brendan, the glory days of Mandalore. I want to see it just at its worst.
I want to see it die.
I want it burning.
Yeah.
But no, I just
literally want to watch that world burn. No,
I kind of do, because like, you tell me the planet got glassed, I want to see, like, are you?
I mean, that would be
straight up Haloing it. Visually, what it is.
It would be visually awesome to see, like, it just like slow, like the whole entire planet just like.
And we're talking Independence Day beam down, and then the whole planet just. I want it. I want it bad.
I like that.
So I had to mention that because I'm really curious if Filoni or Favreau is a Halo fan and throw it in for that kind of reason. But and like I said, the other reason is I want to see it.
Yeah.
Last but not least, the last scene is Mando shows up to Bo-Katan, who is chilling like a villain.
She is
in her chair. It reminds me of something in a
throne.
What is did that remind you of anything particularly? I feel like
it looked like the throne room for Mandalore. Like,
no. Yeah, I agree. I very much agree. But no, like, I feel like the image of her sitting like that. Like,
it
reminded me of something, but I couldn't pin it, and I didn't find anything.
I can picture it in my head now. I just can't picture who it is.
Like, it wasn't Ultron. Ultron's like super regal looking. Like, but I think there's a villain that's like all. It might have even been.
I know there's pictures of like Thanos sitting like that.
Maybe I was gonna say maybe Phantom Menace.
Darth Maul.
Maul, yeah, maybe Maul sits in the Mandalore throne like that. And
I see pictures of Kang like that. Possibly.
A lot of crossover.
Right now.
Yeah, a lot of crossover. Definitely feels
confirmed as Kang.
Confirmed as Kang.
Kang variant.
But no, she's chilling like a villain, to say the least.
Literally.
And she's just shutting Mando down. Everything he says, she's like, nope, not having it. You and your crazy cult. Which, by the way, I think I already said shout out to Sean for pointing this out to me, because they're just two they're two cults. They're
Yeah.
both cults.
They're
Like,
both cults. Yeah.
it's because Mando's cult is like crazy. Like, you can't take your helmet off.
They're
This
like
is the
orthodox. They're like, they're like, follow the old school ways, like, yeah.
And then Bo-Katan sits on her throne high and mighty, like, oh, I'm not in a cult, I'm in a religion. But bitch, you literally can't rule
Yeah.
because you didn't win a sword.
Yeah,
Like, that's a cult.
Yeah, you can't rule because you didn't win a sword. It does sound really goofy. Yeah, like,
and then to just top it off, all of her people left her. They also believe she can't rule because she didn't win a sword.
Yeah, so she's literally all on her own.
So it's one cult versus another cult in the same religion. It's literally it's Catholicism and whatever the other Christianity is that I can't think of.
Like,
but
like Protestant or it's
Protestant.
like
that was what I was
it's
thinking
like
of,
it's like
it reminds me of one of my favorite shows is The Simpsons. There's a Simpsons episode where it's a St. Patrick's Day parade, and there's a because the Simpsons are infamously Protestant, and they're watching a Protestant parade, and then a Catholicism parade comes up, and everyone just starts fighting in the street. And Lisa just goes, "It always comes down to transubstantiation versus consubstantiation." And it's just like, that's what this is. It's like you're fighting over the same thing.
Yeah. Now, I know we've talked about this before, but I completely forget. Is she part of Death Watch?
So no, and also that was something I noticed. I don't remember. I went to watch season 2 again and I didn't finish it, but I don't remember what they call it in season 2. But so Mando is part of the line that becomes, or that was Death
Watch.
Okay. He's the Death Watch line. Okay. But in the season 3 premiere, she calls it the Watch, and I'm like, is that Disney being like, you can't say death? Like, you said it on a kid's show, but you can't say it on Mandalorian.
Say it in this one. Yeah. I feel like that'd be they could say it on Cartoon Network, but they can't say it on Disney Plus.
You can say Death Watch in a cartoon. You got to say the Watch when it's live. It's canon now. Got to call it the Watch.
I really hope they don't keep it as the Watch. I like Death Watch. Like, that's such a cool. Hey, we're back.
Oh, disconnected my microphone. But no, yeah. So Mando is actually a descendant of Death Watch, who is the Clone Wars knowledge, which is the group that backs Maul,
right? Yeah.
Yes. And then again, you gotta watch Rebels
because Death Watch was that the one guy that was trying to become ruler of Mandalore, and then didn't he get like exiled or something, and then and then Maul took over, and then he became Maul's bitch, and then yes,
very much, and that's Clone Wars, and then Maul's just like, all right, peace out, and then Ahsoka's like, not so much, so much. But then Rebels, man, it's been forever since Rebels. I forget the child Mandalorian.
Oh, Sabine,
right? Damn, you did just watch it.
I did, yeah.
Sabine, not to discredit you.
Yeah, you just watched it.
This doesn't count. But no, Sabine, she gets the Darksaber, and so she leads the Mandalorians to a fight. I don't remember against stormtroopers. So it's very much, and then Bo-Katan is regular Mandalorian descendant, which is again also a cult / religion / crazy people.
Yeah,
it's all two sides of the same coin, and to see her say that to him, it's just funny. But all the laughs and giggles aside, this sets her up as the villain, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I got from it. Is
pretty pumped.
She's gonna, she's not. She'll be like waiting on Mandalore for Mando to show up and be like, hey, you're not bathing in these mines.
I'm a tweak it. I think because Mando's going right, like she's telling him,
he's hell-bent on,
you're crazy. I'm chilling on this throne till the day I die. Like, relax. And he's like, I'm going to the mines. Like, you don't have to come, but I don't think they're poisonous. I think he's gonna go. I don't know if he tells her or if someone else tells her, hey, Mando made it.
He went.
And then she's going to get an army and she's going to go fight him for the Darksaber.
Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, that would make sense with the scenes of all those
The drops.
Mandalorians dropping down from the yeah. Ooh, I like that.
And then
like that.
And then think about it. If he successfully bathes in the mines, he gets a nice quick scrubbing. And then Armorer shows up to back him up because he's a Mando again.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
We're definitely I don't know how it's gonna happen. We're getting a war. A battle. We'll get a war. Get a war. Could be a war. I'm pumped. And this was I mean, all this just to say really fun episode. Really the pirates, the spaceship pirate battle. Again, Naboo Starfighter for the win. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been staring at the damn Lego like for the past 24 hours. I'm like, God, I haven't bought a Lego in I don't even know how many years, but I want this Lego. I want it so badly. I'm pumped. I can't. It's so funny thinking about the fact that there's only 8 episodes of this show. Like 7 episodes left. Like
and one thing I wanted to just real quick. One thing I love about this show is it does give us the fan service and the background of all like the Star Wars things, but it really does play as such a good Western. Like that's what that's what they based the show off of. Like I mean, the first season straight up like a Clint Eastwood movie, like Very Good, Bad, and the Ugly type thing. That's what I like is they can make these Star Wars properties feel like a completely different genre. Like they have blasters, fucking lightsabers, different religions of a planet, but also have it like cowboy standoffs between pirates and Apollo Creed, and you still believe it. You know what I mean? Like
that's this episode had so much. No, that's not how I want to word this. It didn't have an absurd amount of action, but the action it had was perfect.
Well, it was very well done. Yeah. Like that and that's what I like about The Mandalorian is it gives you small doses of action in most episodes. Like it'll be mainly Mando going around trying to scrounge up a person or a part or a bounty. And then the rest of it is, hey, we're gonna fight this guy, or hey, we're gonna go do this or that or whatever. So I like the structure of the episodes. They feel boring, but they're not boring.
Well, and even like the fan service isn't shoved down your throat either. We didn't even talk about the funniest fan service in this episode. The Babu Fricks.
Yeah.
Babu Fricks plural. Yeah. Grogu going to play with
he was like
a
going
doll.
to hug. Yeah. And I love that they speak Huttonese, which I didn't like. They speak Jabba the Hutt's language.
Is that what it is?
Because like they speak English, but it's like usa wasa uba. Like it's like it's almost like Pig Latin. Like it's like puta data thinga dauna. Like
that's what it felt like. They were just throwing English in spontaneously, and it was like sometimes I was like, oh, I understood that. And Mando's like, yeah, I got that one. I was like, yeah, me too.
And I love how you can see in Mando's, like, you can't see his face, but like you can still get what he's saying just by his like the way he like turns his head, like whatever his name is, Apollo Creed.
Pedro Pascal.
No, like sorry. the other guy, I don't know the character's name, but yeah, Apollo Creed. Carl Weathers.
So sorry that we didn't know the character.
I know the actor's name, Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers.
I believe it's Carl. But I love he says something like one of the Babu Frick says, oh, we gotta get the part, and like Apollo Creed repeats the line, and Mando kind of looks at him like, yeah, I know what he's saying, like, but you can see clearly like the way he like turns his head, but you can't see his eyes or the like anything, but it's just funny. You can tell exactly what he's thinking just by a head turn. Like,
yeah, he still manages to do a really good job of facial expression through a helmet. Yeah, is basically what that comes down to, right? Like,
and I always forget that's Pedro Pascal, because I mean he's a big time actor now. I mean, before the Mandalorian, awesome. He wasn't really well known.
It was Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah, he was,
but he wasn't like number one in Game of Thrones.
He was in like an episode.
Still haven't watched it. Still haven't watched Game of Thrones. It's just not happening.
I mean, I totally get it. Nick had tried to get me to watch it for like 4 or 5 years, and I was like, I'm way too behind. I don't, I think I watched 6 seasons in a week.
Well, Valerie and I said we were gonna watch Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon season 1 before
Mhm.
House of the Dragon season 2 came out.
Mhm.
I have put zero effort into making that promise.
All I will say is, don't get drunk while watching Game of Thrones. Because
Brendan,
if you
me?
forget me,
I don't even think that's possible.
well, if you the only thing is there's like a gajillion characters in the show, and if you miss one person's name, you'll be like, who the fuck are they? What's going on? Why are they doing this? Who is this? What is going? What like you have to
That's
like it's one thing that sucks about the show is it's not a show like unless you've watched it before, it's not a show you can just kind of put on in the background. Like
right.
you
Oh yeah.
have to be paying attention.
No,
or else,
it's
yeah.
sorry, it's very Star Wars, is what I
Yeah,
was trying
exactly.
like,
yeah,
it's like that's it. Like I'm the guy usually who's like, oh, that's the person from 5 seasons ago in that other thing in that movie that we rarely reference. Like that. Hey, we just name drop Babu Frick for crying out loud. Like
freaking Purgles. I mean, like,
so yeah, no, I totally. But that's another reason why I feel like it's
you would like it. Yeah, I mean,
Game
you like
of
Lord
Thrones
of the
and
Rings
me
type
are
stuff,
two puzzle pieces that fit, and I refuse to connect. I'm just like, nope, just like I don't know, just they're right there.
Yeah, I mean, I was the same way. I was like, it's so many episodes, blah blah blah, and like the first couple episodes are kind of, well, not boring, but like you got to get
boring.
used to the.
I've seen season 1 actually. I don't.
Okay. So you got to get
in
used
college,
to the pacing.
I
of the
watched
show.
season 1, and I just did not care for it.
Yeah.
I know it gets better. I know people hate the ending. I know all these things. It's just like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea. But Star Wars, on the other hand,
Star Wars.
I got you. I
Yeah,
got you.
I'm.
You want to know about Purgles?
You want to know about I was actually like honestly super surprised when you texted me saying that Mandalorian is coming out this week. I was like, oh my god, it's already coming out. Like, I was like, wow.
I was so mad. I texted Nick at work, like, and I was like, I was like, hey, like, don't like, I don't know what I said. Mandalorian tonight, right? Something like that. And he goes, oh, I thought it was Friday. Can't wait. Then I got a text from him later. Just watched. I was like, bitch, I didn't even watch it yet. You found out from me, and then you watched it before me.
This isn't fair.
Yeah. No, I think it was supposed to be Fridays, but they switched it back to Wednesdays like a month ago.
I like
dude, I love the Wednesday drop. I like because it gets me through the week.
Yeah.
Like we're sitting here talking about Mandalorian Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the weekend. Who cares? And then you're like, oh, new season, new episode in 2 days.
And it marks like the middle of the week.
It's great.
Can end your hump day with a good old Mando episode. But I was kind of upset they didn't play the theme song in the beginning. They played it at the end. Like they played a modified version in the beginning. Mm-hmm. That is such a good I love
it's fantastic. I get it wrong every time too, by the way. Like I but it's great.
It's Ludwig Göransson. I don't know how you say his. I'm completely butchering his last name, but he's the guy that did the score for the Black Panther movies.
So you know, good at his job.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I love the music in The Mandalorian. If I ever want to like listen to a soundtrack, I just put the Mandalorian soundtrack on. It's like, ooh,
it's funny because I not recently, but I did rewatch Obi-Wan at one point, and I liked the Obi-Wan music quite a bit, but it is not quite as hard hitting as Mandalorian music.
No, man, it's good.
It's very good.
That's all I need.
So get ready for more Purgles and some space pirates.
Space pirates and Purgles. Name of this episode.
Thank you everyone for listening. And again, 50 subscribers, get this video 5 likes. Let's get rid of an Amazon gift card.
Hey, let's get you guys a new water bottle or something. I don't know. Let's get you a nice pair of slacks.
Get a Purgle Pop.
Get a Purgle Pop.
I'm gonna say it right now. If there's a Purgle Funko Pop, I'm gonna buy it and give it away to someone. I don't care who it is.
We're doing a Purgle giveaway.
We're gonna do a Purgle giveaway. This isn't even. I'm just like, I'm gonna push Purgles forever.
We're pushing them. Purgles and Porgs.
Oh, it's so stupid. I love it. Thank you everyone for listening.
Yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.